You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. With me today in studio, the one, the only, Robbie Blood. Robbie, you there?
Hey, how you doing, Flip?
Oh man, doing well, doing well. I said, got this show going. Like I said, my goal is to get as many managers on as possible. I think you'll be the first
Nice.
that's claiming an at-large roster. Everybody that I've had on so far has pretty much been small roster, has been limit league and all trash talk. And like I said, it's an honor to get somebody on from with a different perspective, because like I said, I want to cover every side of this game. And I said yours is definitely one I want to bring on stage.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here.
Now, you're one of the managers from IMT.
Yes, sir.
What is IMT, just for our fans and listeners?
So we're the Island of Misfits Toys. We're all the knuckleheads around the IWA that nobody wanted.
Nice, nice. Now, it's a my misconception, and probably some other people's, that every IMT manager is running 650 or 1,000 fighters. Is that just a at-large myth right there, that everybody has 650?
Yeah, that's an at-large myth. There's only one manager in the game with 650, and he's in his own stable. I am a large roster guy, and that's basically just because of my lifestyle. I'm running about 250 right now, but we got guys in our stable that run 5 guys. So they are there. We got the small roster guys, we got the medium roster guys, and we got the super large like myself.
Nice, nice. Now, I mean, obviously we talked off air. You mentioned, you're a report guy. Yeah. But once that IWA report comes, that's what you wait for from your cycle.
Yeah, I starting in iron. I'm banging out 6-man strats. Like, all right, cool. I got the perfect point flow 521. I'm cool. I got that locked up, so that's giving me points towards in the stable race. So I help my stable win. That's what I'm going for.
Nice. So if you hit, I mean, and this is just so I get a better understanding of the at-large. So if you hit a 521 in iron, and you got a perfect point flow,
yeah,
come in steel, and the rest of them, you're not looking for another perfect point flow. You got yours. You're good.
I'm not. The only time I'll run more 6-man is if, like, to help a stable mate out, or if I'm in a small roster league and it's part of an angle or something.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you see that's the side of the game you don't get to hear too often. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Or if I'm in a series with another manager, going 1-on-1, a best of 7 series, singles tag, 6-man, like that would be the only other time I'm gonna be running.
Now you mentioned stable race. Where are you guys tracking? Where are you guys following along? Who's keeping tabs?
I believe Jeff Annable is the guy that has the master, but Mike Hook keeps me updated. He has his own chart. So in the stable race, I believe we're just a little bit up on Virus. Don't quote me on that.
Nice. Now, yeah, I remember seeing it. Was it Mark Duchesne's report?
It might be Mark Duchesne's report. I know it's in Derek Tuttle's report in the BBL, another great league. It's out there. In the NAL, it probably is there as well.
Nice. So there's a few people tracking it throughout the IWA.
Yeah, I think Mike Hook is the guy that's supplying those numbers to everybody, helping him out. That's what he enjoys doing. He's a good numbers guy.
Nice, nice. Now in terms of you mentioned that even though you do run a large roster, there are times where you do like to trash talk, and like everybody has their different styles. You said recently you managed to take home the BRL Credit League.
Yeah, so it was funny. I never expected to win the BRL League. That league is extremely tough. Like, it's nice when I hit, get a regional. I know I'm not going to take nothing more than that. So when I won the league, I was like, cool. Like, this might be a good time to start something. Like, I've always been the guy that's been the bad guy. Like, when I'm going to do my trash talk, I'm going to do the sneak attacks. I'm going to, just do whatever I can to be evil. And then, And I was like, I want to do something different, So Mr. Blood, he's a Uber driver who got mistaken for a pro wrestler and was given a luchador mask, and he won the BRL league out of nowhere.
Nice, nice.
So,
Oh, those damn Uber drivers.
yeah. Yeah, there's some things I'm gonna play with. It's gonna be a surprise to the BRL. I'm working with Marcus Shane on something, which is great. He's a fantastic manager. He's a small roster guy in my stable, and probably one of the best managers that's ever played the game.
I would agree, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many. Was it 6 or 7 that he's won already? World titles?
I believe it's 7 world titles. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I've only won 1.
Hey, well, congrats, because I haven't. I have 0. I have 0.
Yeah.
Oh man. And we were talking about this new elite title that came about, and how that kind of allows for small roster managers. Because of course there was that big a discussion with how fair it is that someone's running X number, and or whatever the case. I mentioned that. Or we were talking that in terms of a business side, you can't you can't look away, and yeah, if you were to close the at large, I think the game would die. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's very possible that it could. They're not limited in these leagues like they should, or feds like they should. It's because it's a money thing. They're trying to stay afloat. I'm sure the Brunings, the boys, and all them still have, they probably have another job, and they just want to make sure this legacy that their dad built keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I said, and credit to the IWA for listening, and taking not taking sides in one way or another, because like I said, their goal is to allow everyone to try and get their IWA fix, if you would.
Yeah.
And I think this elite thing, it worked out for managers like myself that are small rosters, but let's say it like it is. I mean, how are you going to shoot for that elite belt?
I mean, if it happens, if I win it, it's because I'm going to be in a limit league, and I'm playing by the rules if I do win it, like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not shooting for it. It's not something that I'm gunning for. The limit leagues that I'm in, it's because I enjoy the hell out of the reports, and I just want to keep chipping in and helping. I want to see these leagues to see. I'm in the CWL. I know Andy Connick isn't the commission anymore there, but I adore that man. He's great. And so I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm working with Michael Swanson, and it's great. We're doing something fun.
Oh yeah, the commissioner there in the CWL does a great job of.
He's great.
Oh yeah, he's another one that loves numbers. Like I said, we've had him on, and just his reports throughout the IWA are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it helps you wrap your fighters around, and he definitely helps promote angles and bring some nice angles towards pay-per-views.
I like the way he has these little clip notes on each person that's been trash talking, and it's really nice. It's his point of view, what's going on, and I love that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Now, you were in the BR, not the BR, and you were in the MML a year ago when I was commissioning.
Yeah, I actually was the commissioner in the MML in 2014.
Is that with Peter?
No,
or did you have it by yourself?
I had it with Becky Lipoff, me and her were co-commish, and this is when we were still part of the IWAR, IWAR. Then we split off from it because we had some philosophical differences. Excuse me.
Now, oh man, so I must have just missed you. Was that when you guys took over for Li Hong Long, or for Matt? Was it Matt Mayhem?
I might have been Matt Mayhem, because I think I changed the league name. I got it changed to Mexican Mayhem League.
Oh, that was you. See, I was under the impression that Peter had it dubbed Mexican Mayhem.
I think it was Mexican something, and then me and Becky changed that.
Okay.
And we did like this, like, because it's a hardcore specialty league, so we went for like this cool like American hardcore and then luchador style league. I mean, what we try to hit like both ends. Like cool, let's best of both worlds. Why not?
Nice. Yeah, I had my little run with the MML,
Yeah,
like we were talking about earlier. I mean, my thing when I stepped in there is I wasn't expecting trash talk. So my thing was, hey, you know what? Let me provide something for the at large people that are playing, because they deserve a report. Is my take
yeah,
on the IWA. And I wanted to give somebody playing in that league something to look at every cycle, and something different. I thought
yeah.
the posters were fun,
I,
and just something to.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like I said, like when we were talking earlier, like I'm a large roster guy, and I play this style for a reason because my personal life is busy. If I had more time to sit down and trash talk, I would. So I play this style because it suits my lifestyle. It's easier to sit down for 20, 30 minutes looking at stress than it is to sit down day after day, right angles.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, tell me. Yeah, yeah.
Especially like I'm constantly on the go. So it's like, ah,
Oh yeah,
um,
no, like I told you earlier, man. I mean, I still give you guys credit, because staring at numbers crosses my eyes, and I think I revealed my secrets on a couple of shows. I mean, I pretty much stick to a table, and I cross my fingers and just kind of wait for that for that flow to hit, man. I know it's not the best way to play the lotto, but
yeah.
man, yeah. So
I know.
credit to you guys that.
Everybody, my stable mates and everybody I know, like we're trying to identify those 26s. What's gonna hit for that 26?
Nice,
And
nice. Now,
so
now,
for you.
now, now, while we're on stablemates, let's give a couple of these stablemates a shout out on the radio. So the
All right. So I got to shout out IMT. Um, I'm leaving IMT at the end of the year, but I'm gonna help them win this stable race this year. Sorry, virus, but we're winning it.
nice, nice. Now you're. I mean, I don't want to start any trouble here. You said you're leaving IMT. I did see something about SOS.
SOS, yes sir.
Nice, nice,
Uh,
nice.
Mike Cook, Adam Sullivan, Gerald Robinson, Derek Tuttle, and Randy Anhill. It's gonna be fun. I love these guys. We've been talking for months, and we're just trying to divide the IWA up. Like there's always been like just the stable race, especially. It's always been like big roster versus big roster, like these large roster managers and all sizes. Up to 20 managers in the stable, and we're like, no, we just need 6 guys. We're gonna go for it and try to win it all.
Nice. Now I did start noticing a lot more FOE guys out there as well. I,
Yeah, I've
I
noticed that too. I
yeah,
think
I
that's
don't
what
know.
Eric Mershon, I think
Right.
that's his name. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like FRM, a lot of split stables out there. Like it'd be cool to get like these little pockets of groups going at it. Like it'd be cool to see an FRM win the stable race next year. Like if all these guys are splintered off. Stuff like that would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's coming full circle. I think the game is really it's heavy right now. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
I'm not going to pretend I know the history and when it was at the heaviest, but there is a good group of managers out there. Everyone's talking. It seems like everyone's moving forward with it. So
yeah.
a lot of fun in the IWA right now.
I know everybody doesn't like everybody, but I feel like compared to 2014 to this year, there's been a lot more dialogue between large roster, small roster guys, uh, differences in play, and just a general understanding of each other. Like yeah, sure, we're not going to agree on everything, but like
That's yeah. I say that all the time. It's like, hey, we're not going to agree on everything. That's natural, but everyone's our motto here in the Interfed is play your way. Let me play my way. You play your way. If our ways are compatible, then hey, eventually we'll end up in a league and we'll run some angles, or like you said, or eventually we'll end up going for that stable race against one another.
yeah, the stable race is fun. Like it's just as fun as looking at the trash talk from every page. It's like, hey, how's this stable doing this cycle? Oh, like all these edge guys won all the league titles in the Fed. Like, dang, like where are we at? Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a different side of the game. Like I said, my goal here is to get everybody a little more understanding. Like I
Yeah.
said, drop the misconception that every at-large guy has 650, because that's not the case, and not every
Yeah.
stable guy is an at-large guy. So
Yeah. I I believe maybe Gerald Robinson might top me, but I think I have the most biggest roster in IMT, and it just gets progressively lower each manager. Like I said, Stephen Blythe, he's a guy who runs 5 guys. He's not a large manager guy. He's in the stable. Mark Duchesne's very small roster manager and one of the best that ever played the game. It's just a misconception. And I told you off the air. I love these small roster managers. They're doing what us large roster managers are doing, but at a smaller scale. We're pinpointing the drop, but we're instead of running that one strat and trying to win with that one guy, we're dealing with 20. Like I have way more admiration for the guy that's trying to figure it out with the one guy.
and speaking of that, you said one of your stablemates just took world.
Yeah, David Truesdale. There you go.
Nice.
Good guy.
Congratulations to Mr. Truesdale out there if you're listening.
Yeah, he's an IWA guy. You know, Small roster for sure, but one of the best managers is doing it right now. Like he's seeing things. It's funny that he's seeing things that a lot of us aren't seeing, and hey, that could be because the size of his roster. Who knows? He just has a good system, and that's all it takes. It doesn't matter if you have one guy or 200. You got a good system, you're gonna hit.
Oh yeah, and if you got a system like IWA Flip, then yeah, you're you're just crossing your fingers to make the regional page. Oh man, hey Robbie, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right there because I know you're busy, and we set on a nice little a chit chat time limit just because like I said, I know you got to get back to living, man. But like I said, I'll gladly have you on as many times as you'd like to be on, and like I
Yeah,
said,
I really enjoy this. Let's get a couple guys together and just bullshit one night. That'd be great.
sounds good, brother. You've been listening to the voice of the one, the only IMT Robbie
Robbie Blue.
Blood.